Good morning, everybody. It's Martin, and welcome to this episode of the 5 Minute Sales Strategy Snapshot. I'm just going to start my timer so we don't go over time. And today we're talking about creating KPIs. Now, KPIs, in the last episode, we spoke about budgets. And if you consider the budget your destination, let's say you were traveling from Melbourne to Cairns, for example, that's your destination. So you stock your car, you stock your caravan, and off you go. Now, if you don't have a clear direction of landmarks along the way, which is what KPIs are, you might end up in Perth. And on the way to Perth, maybe you're going to run out of fuel. You may get stranded in the Simpson Desert. You may end up dying on the side of the road. And that is what KPIs are. KPIs are consistent landmarks you can refer back to every day, every week, every month to make sure your sales team is on track. So let's just go through these few slides that I've prepared for you today. Now, um, the first thing to know about KPIs, and the thing that I like to get very clear on KPIs, is focus on the mission and not the money when it comes to KPIs. What a lot of companies do is they have a lot of really strong KPIs which are based around revenue, based around profit margins, based around anything with a number on it. So, but if we focus on the mission, you'll find out what I mean shortly. Start with the end in mind. What's the end goal? At the end of 12 months, when you look back, how is this done? Set KPIs that measure action. And I mean action of your sales team, because it's these daily, weekly, monthly actions that are going to get you to your final destination. And set meaningful KPIs, not pissy little ones that don't mean anything. Um, and I like to have a few quality KPIs. A lot of businesses that I facilitate with have far too many, and that gets very, very confusing. Last week, we looked at budgets and building them from the ground up by client, product, dollar spend, by type. I'm just going to run through you now how this would look like. So, for example, let's say you have a business revenue budget of 1.2 million that you constructed last year. So how could you set some KPIs out of this? Well, the first would be, well, maybe we onboard 60 new clients which have $20,000 a year spend. So that would be one KPI, but let's drill down to the next level. Well, maybe that means that we have to meet or demo with 10 prospective prospects a month if your conversion rate is 50%. If you drill that down further, maybe we need to outreach to 10 prospects per week if your conversion rate is 25%. Maybe on a daily basis, we can identify and call 2 prospects per day. So if you see what I've done there, I've worked out, okay, so if we outreach 10 prospects a week, that's 50, which then would lead to 10 prospects per month with a demo, because that would be your conversion, which would then lead to, onboarding 60 new clients a year at a 50% conversion rate. So I've just deconstructed everything and pulled it back. So if you were budgeting by client, for example, which we spoke about last week, if we had a business plan for, what we can do now is we can construct a business plan for each client, which is management endorsed, agreed to by the client and enacted by each salesman. So potential KPIs, if you're budgeting by the client, is to have a client sign off on the business plan by a due date, is have a quarterly performance plan to budget or a percentage thereof, to have a quarterly performance plan to budget based on implementation, something you can hold your sales team accountable for. If you're doing it by product, let's say you've got 20% of your products which generate 80% of your business. So it would be, how many quantity of these products are we selling to existing customers? How many quantity of these products are we selling to new customers? And potential KPIs could be, hey, look, 5 existing customers have a range extension per month, adding certain products to their range. Or demo 10 existing clients per month to take on the new range, or onboard 5 new clients per month with a minimum spend of $20,000. These are all potential KPIs that you could put into place. If you're doing it by dollar spend, maybe you could increase the average dollar spend by 25%, increase the quote win ratio by 25%. Potential KPIs could be, present 20 tier 1 and 2 quotes live per week, live quotes instead of sending them out on email. That will increase your conversions. Select and onboarding 5 clients per month, initial order over $5,000. These are all potential KPIs that you could put into your into your sales program. So, in regards to KPIs, the most important thing to remember, everybody, is that achieving a KPI, my time is just about to go off. There we go. Our 5 minutes is up. Um, but achieving a KPI is not a cause for celebration or reward. It's a minimum expectation for continued employment of the salesperson. So when you're constructing KPIs, when you're presenting KPIs, this is important that they know. This is a minimum requirement of your role. If you don't hit these KPI targets, we're going to be having a discussion that perhaps you don't like. And the one thing about KPIs is sales teams, they need direction. Sales teams need leadership. Sales team require it. And this way, KPIs can do the job for you. Next week, we're going to talk about holding accountability and what that looks like from a sales management perspective. So I hope you've enjoyed the 5 minute sales strategy snapshot today, all about KPIs. If you need any more information, reach out. Catch you soon. And remember, a sales fit business is a healthy business. See you next week. Ciao for now.